Hi, I'm Jess. It is a beautiful day outside. It is very cold, but as you can see, it is sunshiny and just gorgeous. And I woke up wanting pumpkin muffins. I guess it's the fall. Maybe it's just because it's cold. I do not know, but we are going to impromptu just make some pumpkin muffins today.
So I've realized for me, I like to have all my ingredients out and prepared so that when I start cooking, everything's like where it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna just take a minute, get all of that together, and then we'll come back and put the recipe together.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Alright, so we have our pumpkin ready to go, our flour and cinnamon and all our spices, our ginger that I held out, along with the oil and milk, 2 eggs, room temperature, and then the sugar.
Alright, so I preheated the oven to 375 per the directions, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and start mixing everything and get these in the oven.
So, just gonna get this whisked together. It didn't say to sift it, so I didn't. Probably should have, but it's okay. Alright, so that's all whisked. Set that over here. Now, for the eggs, we're gonna add the eggs and the sugar and whisk that together. I actually use like a mixture. I'm trying to eat lower sugar, but also whole foods. So I have a mixture of half monk fruit sugar and half regular sugar. So my granulated sugar is just regular sugar with all the goodness. And then I used the monk fruit brown sugar for, and I've done this before and I cannot tell a difference. So I figured that's the best of both worlds. That's pretty good, I think. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but it looks good to me. To that, we're gonna add the half a cup of oil. Then to that, we're gonna whisk in the 1/4 of a cup of milk. I get milk from a local farmer. It's not raw. It is slightly pasteurized, which I kind of prefer, but it's very minimally pasteurized. So it's supposed to, you know, have more of all the good stuff, but it's still, you know, like I said, it's a little bit pasteurized. I'm gonna go ahead and add my ginger to this now, since I grated it freshly, and it had a little bit of moisture to it, so. And then I did have to get my scale back out because this calls for 285 grams of pumpkin puree or 1 1/4 cups. I like to weigh my stuff out. It is just a preference. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but to me, it's way easier because I'm not getting out a ton of utensils, a lot of cups and measuring cups and things like that. So I prefer using the weight, plus it's more precise because sometimes you can pack your sugar or pack your flour too much. Like I said, as for me being a newbie cook, having the weight measurements are a lot easier because I just don't have the eye yet, I guess you could call it, or the ability to tell, like, did I pack that too much? With this, it's like exact. Like, I know I exactly got the amount that I was supposed to get in here. This smells delicious. This is exactly what I was hoping that I was going to get this morning. What's your craving when it starts to get cold? I feel like mine is always pumpkin and just spicy stuff. I want nutmegs and cinnamons and, you know, all the spiced stuff. All right, so now what you're gonna wanna do is add all of your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients and mix. Okay, so the recipe doesn't call for walnuts, but I am feeling walnuts in this, so I'm gonna roughly chop some really quickly and throw it in here. I added roughly about maybe 3/4 to a cup of chopped walnuts. I love walnuts and muffins. I feel like you have to have them in there. I know that's not true, but it's how I feel. All right, my batter is looking great. So I'm gonna set that there and grab my cupcake tins. These cupcake liners are huge. I don't know if they're gonna fit really well. I think they'll be fine once I put the actual cupcake mix in it. Here, I'm just gonna use my medium scooper. Tried so hard not to make a mess, and I still made a mess. That's okay. Yeah, they're staying in there much better once the batter's in there. And I'm gonna put a little bit more batter in each one of these, but I was hoping to just get them sticking down a little bit. I'm making such a mess, and I was trying so hard not to. Maybe once you've been cooking for a while, you can do this without making an absolute mess. Or maybe you always make a mess, I don't know. Ask me in 15 years, I guess. Okay, moving on. All right, I'm gonna do this one differently. I'm just gonna do one little thing at a time. See if I can get them to stick in there a little bit easier. Alright, that seems to be much easier. This was supposed to make 12, so I'm thinking my muffins might be really big. Oh no, I left my pizza stone in there. So those are in the oven at 375 for 16 to 22 minutes. And while we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this mess because I definitely made a mess. So we're gonna take care of that. Okay, these have now been in the oven for 22 minutes. They look a lot better. I'm gonna stick, let me just check them really quick. I'm gonna do it in these. Oh yeah, I think that one's good. Oh yeah. Okay, it says to let these sit for 5 minutes before we transfer them to a baking rack. So I'm just gonna give them a couple minutes and then we will be close to taste testing. These muffins turned out incredible. I could not have been more pleased. They were spicy, they were delicious, they were moist, they were perfect. I literally just sent the recipe to my mom because I told her she had to try them.